My name is Miranda. I am a therapist at Covenant Family Solutions. I wanted to make a video today just to talk about positive versus negative thinking, why we have negative thinking in the first place, and then to leave you with some tools to utilize on a daily basis. So why do we have negative thinking in the first place? Basically, our brain is wired to hold on to threats in our environment. I like to call it the survival brain. And so we hold on to these threats to try to keep ourselves safe, essentially. And that kind of bleeds into our everyday life of having negative thoughts on things that aren't useful for us. And so the only way to kind of counteract that is to, one, become aware of those negative thoughts, and then to practice replacing those thoughts as much as you can, or even just, bringing awareness to the fact that you're having those thoughts and then accepting that those thoughts might arise. I like to think of the brain as a muscle, and the more that you work the brain, the more that you work the muscle, basically, the stronger it gets. So the more that we are working our brain and practicing replacing those negative thoughts with positive ones, or accepting and acknowledging that we're going to have those thoughts, the easier it gets for us to handle those thoughts. So to give you an example, one example that I like to give is when say you see somebody looking at you, right? And your brain might go to, oh my gosh, they're thinking something bad about me. And so replacing that with a more true thought would look like, that person looked at me. They could be thinking something bad, but not necessarily. And so that's just like one example about how to replace that thought and to accept that, I had the thought, okay, let's replace it and move on. Another tool that you can utilize is practicing gratitude. So, if the constant thought is like, oh, I have to go to work today, or, oh, I have to take my kids to a sport event or something like that, replacing that with, I get to do this, and just being appreciative of what you have, and the opportunities that life gives you can just put you in a better space, essentially, even when life does get busy. So those are just a couple tools that I like to use. The biggest thing is acknowledging that those thoughts exist, bringing awareness to it, and then replacing it with something more positive.